830 clues have come and gone, but 26 new ones are headed your way as part of this 31st episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Welcome in. As always, I am your host, Bryan Perri, and thanks so much for joining me. Another special thank you if you tuned into last week's big two-part episode 30, where I had 51 Disney clues across 10 different Disney categories. Love reading the comments. Love your feedback and everything, so I appreciate that. If you haven't watched episode 30 yet, go back and do that first. We are back to regular business, though, in episode 31, so here are your regular rules that you see on your screen right now. If this is your first time playing, welcome in. You'll see on the bottom there it says if you want to cheat, go right ahead. I will not tell anyone. In episode 30, the Final Jeopardy category was the most highly requested category ever, The Nightmare Before Christmas. Tried to hold off till Halloween, but I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it. So 5 clues are coming at you in this episode 31 about The Nightmare Before Christmas. It kicks things off as we take a look at the board on what else you'll be quizzed on today. 1993's film kicks things off as category number 1. The second category is Jim Cummings. This was another highly requested category in the comments. 5 clues coming at you about the voiceover actor, Mr. Jim Cummings. The third category is Disney Fairies. All about the Disney Fairies franchise. Fourth category is your Disney Parks category of the week. Name that track. I'll show you a picture of a random track as part of a Disney attraction, and you'll have to name what ride it belongs to. And the fifth and final category, straight to VHS. If you don't know what a VHS is, I should just quit right now. But anyway, straight to VHS. Basically, this is about that time period where Disney decided, I'm just gonna make a sequel to everything and just throw it on VHS. And then you would go to the store or rent it from Blockbuster, pop it in the VCR, watch it, and be like, you know what? I see why this didn't come out in theaters, because it's not very good. Anyway, 5 of those straight to VHS sequels will be 5 answers in this category. I'll read you the title of the film. You'll have to tell me which franchise it is tied to. Okay, it is time for the cupcake round, the easiest round of the game. Each of these clues worth just 200 points each. Hopefully you go 5 for 5 for 1,000 points. But before we start, normally I say it at the end of the video. I'll ask you now, if you like these videos, do me a favor, give me a thumbs up, like the video. If you want to subscribe, you could even subscribe and click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. All right, let's take a look at the board and kick things off with Nightmare Before Christmas. The fantasy world where Jack resides. The correct answer is Halloween Town. Boys and girls of every age, wouldn't you like to see something strange? Here's Jim Cummings for 200. TTFN. Along with voicing Winnie in Disney's 2011 Winnie the Pooh film, Jim also famously voiced this character. He's voiced him numerous times. The correct answer is Tigger.
And Tigger, don't be ridiculous. Tiggers are wonderful things. Their tops are made out of rubber. Their bottoms are made out of springs.
Here comes Disney Fairies' first clue. Tinkerbell's first Disney appearance comes in this 1953 classic film. What is Peter Pan?
Are you guilty or not guilty? Guilty? But don't you know you might have killed her?
Here comes your first track. Can you name what attraction it is? That broken track belongs to Expedition Everest. I will say that's one of the highlights of the ride, the broken track, but did any of you also get to ride it when there was no broken track, when they were refurbing it? Look at that. That is horrifying. I remember riding it and sitting there and being like, well, my life is in some random CP's hands. But, you know, it was a fun one, I guess. All right, let's move on to the fifth and final clue of the cupcake round. It belongs to straight to VHS. Here comes a layup. Simba's Pride. All right, if you didn't get that one, then I'm going to be honest, things are probably going to go downhill from here. But the correct answer is The Lion King for the film The Lion King 2.
He lives in you. He lives in me.
All right, listen, I've got a hot take. It's super hot, like burns you to a crisp. This is such a hot take. I think that song, He Lives in You, which is also in the Broadway production of The Lion King, is actually a better song than any song in the original Lion King movie. Huh? It's great. That's going to do it for the Cupcake Round. Hopefully you went 5 for 5, got 1,000 points under your belt. If not, fear not. Here comes the 400-point round with 5 clues totaling 2,000 points. Let's do it. Here comes Nightmares. Second clue. Sally is voiced by this famous actress. I loved her as Moira in Schitt's Creek. Correct answer is Catherine O'Hara.
Sorry. You start doing voices and you know, from reading it, and they sent me the pictures, you know, all the drawings of Sally, and that kind of gives you an idea of how she might sound.
Here comes Jim Cummings for 400. Jim lends his pipes to this character, who helps lead Tiana and Naveen down the bayou in Princess and the Frog. The correct answer is Ray the Firefly.
Oh, you know, girl, look at here. Let's get dangerous, yeah. Woo! You know that's right.
Here comes Disney Fairies for 400. Where the fairies reside. That would be Pixie Hollow. Here comes Name That Track for 400. Does this look familiar? If it didn't, it might be because the lights are on, but the correct answer is Space Mountain. For the record, that is the Walt Disney World version of Space Mountain, which I think is the best one, though the graphics are definitely a little outdated. Anyway, let's move on to the final clue of the 400-point round. Here comes straight to VHS. Return to the Sea. That belongs to the Little Mermaid. Return to the Sea is the only time we see a Disney princess with a daughter. A little fun fact for you to tell your coworkers about. Why do I know this stuff? All right, let's move on to the 600-point round and boost that difficulty. Here comes Nightmare Before Christmas. Finish the lyric. What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's...
What's this? What's this? There's color everywhere. What's this? There's white things in the air.
Here's Jim Cummings, third clue. This character, voiced by Jim, has a silly sideshow within the Magic Kingdom. Who is Pete?
Let's get dangerous, pal.
Disney Fairies for 600 now. Tinkerbell's sister. That would be Periwinkle.
So that means you're my... So we're... sisters.
Here comes Name That Track for 6. Oh, we've got water. The correct answer is the legendary Matterhorn. On to the 600 straight to VHS clue. A Twist in Time. Correct answer is Cinderella.
Would my perfectly perfect wife put on her perfectly fitting shoes?
You found my shoes.
Oh, better hurry.
That looks terrible. I haven't seen it. I also heard the story like kind of erases the story of Cinderella or something, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. If you think I should see it, let me know. I want to see if there are any Twist in Time fans out there. All right, let's move on to the 800-point round now. Just 11 clues to go in the episode. Here's Nightmare for 8. Some call him Jack. Others call him the Pumpkin King. But James, the saxophone-playing zombie, calls Mr. Skellington by this name early in the film. What is Bone Daddy?
Nice work, Bone Daddy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Here comes Jim Cummings for 800. Jim voices this hyena in The Lion King. He doesn't say much, but his name is Ed. Disney Fairies now for 8. The name of the last film released in the Disney Fairies franchise. Came out in 2015. The correct answer is Tinker Bell and the Legend of the Never Beast. Here we go with Name That Track for 800. What's this thing? That's over in Disneyland. The correct answer is Alice in Wonderland. The final clue of the 800-point round belongs to Straight to VHS. Journey to a New World. That would be the sequel to Pocahontas.
London is everything I've heard and more.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen a lot of these straight to VHS sequels in probably like 20 years, but I feel like I remember people saying that Pocahontas 2 was probably the worst, so it kind of makes me want to watch it again. What is the worst Disney sequel of all time? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, it is time for the most overly dramatic soundtrack-infused, unnecessarily spotlighted part of the game, the 1,000-point round. Let's kick things off by moving back across the board for the final clue from Nightmare Before Christmas. In order to play catch with Zero, Jack throws this part of his body for his ghostly dog to fetch. Jack throws one of his ribs.
All right. Here you go, boy.
Final clue from Jim Cummings goes like this. I am the terror that flaps in the night is synonymous with this character voiced by Jim. Who is Darkwing Duck?
I am the terror that flaps in the night. I'm the surprise in your cereal box.
Your final clue from Disney Fairies is worth 1,000 points. After Tinkerbell chooses her talent, these two Tinker Fairies show her to Tinker's Nook. Their names are Clank and Bobble.
He's Bobble, I'm Clank.
Clank, a bobble.
Here's your final Name That Track. Does it look familiar? That track belongs to Casey's Junior Circus Train. And the final clue on the board belongs to Straight to VHS, Scamp's Adventure. Scamp's Adventure is the sequel that nobody asked for Lady and the Tramp.
I hate bats.
Just the same, Scamp. When you live in a house, you need to be clean.
Well, then I'm glad I'm a wild dog.
So there you have it. 25 clues are down, but one remains, the most important clue of the game, Final Jeopardy, which will ultimately determine how proud of yourself you will be this upcoming week. All right, let's check out the category. Songs in reverse. Yes, I came up with this category yesterday, and I was like, you know what? this might be fun. This might be fun. This also might get people to hate me because it's very annoying and can be a little bit difficult. With that, and all the confidence I just gave you, make those wagers on if you think you'll be able to guess a Disney song in reverse. Okay, time is up. So here's how it's gonna work. I'm going to play you a clip of the song in reverse, and then you'll have to make your educated guess. All right, here we go. Let's hear the final clue. So there you go. Write down those answers. Okay, time is up. It's time to take that reversed track and play it forward. Let's see what the correct answer is. There you have it. I hope you like the category because you're getting 5 more of these in episode 32 next Saturday. I said it before, if you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe. Click that bell icon. Hello, bell. This way, you are notified every time we come out with brand new content. I've been your host, Bryan Perri. I'll see you this upcoming week to recap what happened at Destination D23 this weekend. And then next Saturday, it is episode 32 of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.